Hi everyone, Nina here. In this video, I'll be interviewing cosmetics production lead Alicia Cornelia and features lead Chadd about Battlegrounds finishers and the new boards. We'll be discussing many interesting behind-the-scenes things, the top secret stuff that's never been seen before, and of course, the lore behind the new cosmetics. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this one. I just want to mention first, Chadd, did you see a certain TikTok and really want to be interviewed by me? Please can you tell us the exact numbers for the body meter completion? I really love this game and want to play it to the best of my ability. Why do you need to know the numbers anyway? Just look at the bar. When it's full, you get your buddy. What is there to understand? Besides, the maths behind the body meter is so complex that I don't think that 99.9% would even understand it.
I don't know. I was a little unsure about doing this after I saw that TikTok. No, I thought it was funny. I thought it was great.
Hi Alicia and Chadd, it's good to have you here. Please can you tell us a bit more about your role on the Hearthstone team, the official one, and how you would explain it to a 6-year-old?
Sure, I'll go first. Hi, I'm Chadd. I'm the Hearthstone features lead. That means I work on helping develop new game features. In other words, I help other people get stuff done so I don't have to do anything myself.
Sounds pretty sweet.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I am a game producer. I specifically run our cosmetics pod. Been working on it since the beginning of all of the skins coming out last year. And I guess if I were to explain it to you like you were 6, I built a bunch of train tracks so that the super colorful train that holds all the cool things and all the different people working on the train can go into the right direction and finally get to the station.
The art in Hearthstone has always impressed me so much. There are so many card games out there, but none of them hold a candle to Hearthstone when it comes to art and visual effects.
We have a ton of amazing artists that work for us, do our card art, new things like our Battlegrounds finishers, hero art. I think there's a lot that goes into making that art really pop on the development side, like the sounds that go along with it, all the animations and such.
Of course,
we're blessed with having a ton of amazing artists, both internal to us and that we source from all over the world. Here's a cool art piece. Have you seen this one? This
was not planned at all. So Chadd and I are actually wearing the same T-shirt. Unfortunately, Alicia didn't get the memo on the dress code.
No.
Finishers are a completely new addition to Hearthstone, and I'm so excited to talk about this first one, Astral Finisher. Can you tell us a little bit about how it works?
So finishers are a new way to really show off your style in Hearthstone Battlegrounds. So when you win a round of combat with Astral Finisher equipped, you'll launch a blast of astral energy at your opponent to deal damage at the end of the combat round. Or if it's 15 or more damage, there's a second tier to it where you drop a huge star on them.
It looks awesome. It basically just replaces the normal attack animation, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead of your hero lifting up and attacking, it'll do whatever your equipped finisher is. And in this case, it launches that blast of astral energy.
So it basically equips like a different portrait or a different board design.
Very similar. We're trying to have more cosmetic ways to customize your gameplay.
One thing a lot of players are interested in is how long an idea is in conception before the players see the finished result in game. So can you give us a little insight as to how everything works behind the scenes?
We like to think first about what is the narrative we want to tell for any given set of cosmetics. One of them was, what if we revisit Ulduar? What if we revisit this raid? And one thing that we had thought about was, okay, if we could make a skin set like super beautiful, what could that be? And we're thinking about all of the stars you see in that raid and like how awesome and gorgeous they are. And what if we revisited those heroes in that form? So that process in itself takes about 9 weeks. Like it takes a long time. It takes a long time for us to figure out like what works, what heroes, what themes within that hero set. And then also, we have to take into consideration what heroes will be live during that set for Battlegrounds so that we're not putting out any skins that might not be used right away. And then after that, we then start to work on our other cosmetics that are within that same theme. And so in this case, we start working on the finishers. We start working on the boards. With the finishers, we have this process of storyboarding that we have to do. Anything that has a certain level of animation that does something in a timed way in a match, we have to basically consider each frame by frame moment. But here you see that we have the first part of the finisher, and then the second part here, it's shooting off to the enemy frame and then an explosion effect. And as you can see, this is very rough line art. This is something that we do with concept artists to figure out like what that initially could look like in the initial storyboarding phase. And then we have the final effect here. And then that process takes about, believe it or not, 2 weeks. We go through a whole review approval cycle, know that we have other cosmetics in flight as we're having these discussions. So really it's work in parallel. And then lastly, we start doing actual VFX implementation and review cycles with our internal design team and our internal art team and our internal VFX team to make sure it's polished and Blizzard quality. That takes about 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the complexity of the theme. In this case, the theme was so strong and cohesive across our hero skins, across our combat board, across everything, that we felt really good about it after about 4 weeks. And then lastly, which is the most important part, we have QA look at what we've implemented. And QA is the most instrumental part of our development process. They make sure that what we are delivering to you all, the players, is of the quality that we expect of it. That's basically it. In total, it can take upwards of 6 months to get a cosmetic. It's definitely a labor of love, and every person who's involved is extremely passionate about the work.
I looked back at my notes from this last year, and the initial ideation for these Astral skins was late May. That's how far back it takes to do something like that.
You know, the train metaphor I gave before, well, Chadd got on the train and was with us for a good part of the ride, and then finished what help we needed from Chadd, and then went on to another destination. And then we had to pick up more people to help with the other pieces. And the reason why is because everyone has their level of subject matter expertise that they're contributing to a project. And when I say it's like a labor of love, it's a labor of a lot of love from a lot of different people.
So you're like the train conductor or train driver, Alicia, right?
I like trains.
Do you have a favorite hero you love to design skins for? Because I did notice that the cat gets a lot of skins.
I like cats, so I'll give you an opposite answer here. Something that's very hard to do. The ones that are really hard to come up with skins for are actually the old god, because they don't fit with very many other themes. Very rare that there's some other theme that we could also have an old god one along with it. So anytime there's an opportunity to do that, that's how we end up with cute Thune,
yes,
for example.
I love cute
I love
Thune.
that.
And Sogi Yogi, so cute.
Sogi Yogi, yep, those are great.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to force things in and they don't really work out. I'll give you this behind the scenes of, was it ysharaaj? Yeah, ysharaaj World Rider. You know how we've done some of these skins that are hero and their mount?
Yes, I love those.
Yeah.
I love those too. We tried to do a just ridiculous, this is just so silly, but maybe it might work one, with ysharaaj putting a saddle on the globe of Azeroth and riding Azeroth across the stars. It was called ysharaaj World Rider. Very rarely do we just go this wasn't a good idea, never mind. But that was one of the ones I can think of for this, where that one didn't happen because it wasn't going to work.
The design of the Astral Finisher is so beautiful, and it really goes together with the Cosmic Dream board and the Celestial Skins pack. So the board kind of reminds me of the cities of Dalaran and Exodar. Can you tell us the inspiration behind the board and what the 4 elements in the corners are?
You know, that's intentional. We talked earlier about the ideation process with the hero skins, where we were thinking about, what, theme we wanted to go with. And, the Astral Form skin set kind of alludes to that moment in Ulduar where, the warriors and the heroes of Azeroth were going through the raid, and they finally defeat Algalon, and then they go back to Ronan and Dalaran, and Ronan says, "Citizens of Dalaran, raise your eyes to the skies and observe." And much like that, we are doing that in the board. We're observing the astral forms, we're observing the stars, and we're also looking through little telescopes in Dalaran. So it's all themed to that. And the idea of us having a finisher that's this astral power and this magic is that you are empowered by this. You are one of the citizens of Dalaran that saved Azeroth. You have this power behind you, and you look to the stars and you see the heroes of Battlegrounds being a part of that magic. So it's all within that theme. It's all cohesive.
This set is very special to me because I personally draw a lot of inspiration from and love for like Algalon and the other like celestial beings in the whole Warcraft cosmos. I really geek out about that lore and such.
It feels like it was tailor-made for you, Celestalon, because, it fits
It does.
the whole celestial theme.
Yeah.
Curated experience.
Yeah,
All for
definitely.
Chad. Do it for Chad. It's all for Chad. We gotta do it for him.
There was a moment when I was writing these art descriptions, trying to come up with what heroes should be part of this set. And then I had this moment of like, oh, I couldn't, could I? Oh, should I do that? And I went ahead and did it and wrote the art description for Ysera. And for those who played WoW, especially during Legion, the art piece for Ysera will evoke some feelings.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, that's horrible. I didn't even think of that.
Very good.
Take a look at matches.
I mean, I
very
played
good.
during Legion, and I know what happened. So now I understand it a bit more. I was like, which dragon is that? But then now it makes sense. It makes sense
Yep.
now.
Yep.
It's a tearjerker. I had to take a moment when I read the art description, and I was like, are you serious?
What type of player would like the Cosmic Board and the Astral Finisher the most? Did you have a particular hero or minion type in mind when designing the board?
Sure, it's a quick answer for me. Like I said, it goes back to the skin set we were originally thinking of. Obviously, it was all part of that cohesive theme. I really like when we come up with concepts that harken back to WoW lore, but also serve the Hearthstone player base that doesn't necessarily play WoW. And so if we can, make people who play WoW feel like, oh my gosh, yes, this part of lore, or make someone who doesn't play WoW be like, these skins and these finishers and these cosmetics are gorgeous, I think we're in a good spot. I don't want any group to feel isolated, but I do love having Easter eggs where we can.
Yes, there's little something for everyone. There are limitless possibilities when it comes to board designs and finishers. What would be an ideal board and finisher of your dreams? Mine would be a board full of cute puppies, and for the finisher, puppies charging at the opponent's hero.
I love puppies.
Yeah,
That's
same.
adorable.
That's it. That's the answer. I love puppies.
That's it. I love puppies. I mean, honestly, I get the benefit of working on these. Like, this is my full-time job. Like, I focus on it. So some of the stuff we're working on in the future is like the cosmetic boards and finishers of my dreams, actually. But aside from all of that, I would say like a theme park related one, because I love theme parks and seeing little tracks go through the board and stuff like that. Like, I would love that.
I'm sensing a theme with your train analogy. And
I like trains.
I'm already blissful here with the Astral Finisher. That just fits my aesthetic to a T. Board-wise, I'd love to explore something that takes you well outside the tavern, to be something like floating in space, like nebula and stars around you or something.
So more celestial themed stuff, basically.
I love that stuff. I'm a sucker for that stuff. So.
The first cosmetic board we got for Battlegrounds, the Arena of Champions board, was only visible to the player 50% of the time, because the other times they saw their opponent's board. Is that something that was intended, and will it remain the same for the Cosmic Dream and future boards?
Yeah, so we want both you to see your board sometimes and your opponent to see their board, and you to see your opponent's board. I think showing off your style to others is an important part of it. We do some tricky things under the hood where it's not just a 50-50 chance. Like we protect you there from being like, you're not going to get unlucky and just never see your board. In general, yeah, we want to both see both sides of it.
Do you want to share the numbers, or are they too hard to understand?
Oh, I just don't know the numbers offhand. I'm sorry. But I see what you did there, Nina.
Pandaria is one of my favorite regions in WoW. I loved grinding rep for a Cloud Serpent mount and doing daily cooking quests, so the Jade Garden board is something I'll be buying as soon as it's out. But with multiple cool boards coming to Battlegrounds, will we get an option to select a random board similar to card backs in Standard?
Pandaria is also my favorite WoW expansion. I love that region. Will we get a random board option? Well, right now we don't have a whole lot of boards, but we're getting there where we can see where that might be useful. Don't have any immediate plans for it yet, but it's something we're thinking about.
Another thing everyone, and by everyone I mean me, wants to see are animated portraits for Battlegrounds heroes. maybe as a cosmetic to buy or as a reward for winning a certain amount of games with a particular hero. Is that something that you have been considering?
Definitely see the interest in that. It's something we're thinking about, but we don't have anything to announce right now.
I will say this too, this past year we've released like Battleground skins. It was the first time we had Battleground skins. We're always working towards cool new things. We have no formal announcements, but I definitely think that we've kept an eye on what people want.
And also I think things that they're not asking for but are really cool. Like I think finishers are a good example of that. This wasn't a request from the players if we want finishers. We thought this was a cool way to add some cosmetic excitement to the game that players would love.
I wanted to ask about the bundle actually, because I was really confused as to what heroes these are. The top two, like from the left?
So looking at that image, top left there, we have the board that we've been talking about. Next to that is Golden Star Zephyrus. In the top middle is our new bartender, Algalon. To the right of that is Originator Pyramid. The pyramids of Uldum were part of the Halls of Origination, which could re-originate the world, wiping it of all life. In the bottom left, we've got Yogg-Saron, Devourer of Stars. Next to that, we have Starblast Galewing. In the bottom middle, to the distraught reaction of some people familiar with this, we have Ysera, Embraced by a Loon. And then next to that, we've got Cosmic Bigglesworth. And then finally on the right there, the Astral Finisher.
Last question. What is your favorite mode in Hearthstone? And what is your favorite Battlegrounds hero?
I'll go first, I guess. The answer of my favorite mode is a little different. I love Constructed to play, but I love to watch Battlegrounds. I have a Battlegrounds Twitch stream going up like 24/7 basically. As far as favorite heroes, I'll give you a few. Cthulhu, Millhouse, Reno, Zephyrus, Ysera, Graybow.
For me, Battlegrounds is my favorite. I actually joined the Hearthstone team because I played a ton of auto battlers, like way too many, like all the time. So, I love Battlegrounds. I love playing George the Fallen because I main Paladin in Constructed. I main Paladin in MMOs I play. And I am going to mention favorite hero skin for that because, why not? I work on them all the time. Light of the Naru. I love the superhero set that we released. I geeked out over that. I was so excited. My favorite hero skin for Battlegrounds is Gentleman Shutterwalk because it's blurst and is the best thing that we ever got from Chadd. I was so, oh my God, I was so excited about all the memes and releasing that.
I'll answer the favorite BG hero skin, Ysera, Embraced by a Loon.
You just love to hurt people.
I do. I love to hurt people. This is true.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to say a huge thank you to Alicia and Chadd for such a fun interview, and of course to Alkali, our beloved community manager, for making it all happen. The Jade Garden board will be available when patch 22.4 goes live on February 15th. All the other Battlegrounds cosmetics, including the Astral Impact Finisher, the Cosmic Study Board, and the Celestial Hero skins will be available to purchase separately or together in a bundle on February 22nd. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like and left a comment below. And if you're interested to see more Battlegrounds content, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I also stream on Twitch at Nina's Noob, so drop by and say hi. I hope to see you there. Bye!